Hey everyone, we're going to do readings for April by element, so fire, earth, air, water, not necessarily in that order. And I might break these up instead of doing one full video because I feel like this is like an interrupted day. It's weird, I can't explain the energy, but I feel like there's a lot of like, oh, I forgot. Oh, there's this. Oh, this is happening. I have to go tend to this. And there's a lot of scatteredness. And I mean, that's could be just me. But one cool thing that I don't know if you guys are interested in this or not, but you can fast forward through this part if you don't want to hear about it. Neptune just moved into Aries yesterday, the day before, I don't know. Depends on when you're watching this, of course. But at the end of March, Neptune moved into Aries. And I personally love this. I don't know, obviously, how it's going to impact every single person because it's going to depend on where Aries is in your chart, where Neptune is in your chart, and what the rest of your chart looks like, probably, because I'm a Pisces, so I already have, in my opinion, enough Neptune energy in my chart. I have a Pisces Mars and a Pisces Sun, and I also have enough water elsewhere as well. So to me, like, that's enough. And a big chunk of my chart is also fire, which I like. I work well with both energies, but I love the balance. So to me, Neptune moving into Aries is awesome because Neptune in Pisces was basically like Pisces swimming in the deep ocean energy, right? Like, it's like a double dose of that. And what I was listening, we're not in my office, which is where I wanted to be. But then I realized that in order to be in my office, which I've just redone, it's beautiful. I don't know how much of it you're going to get to see on camera. But I realized that in order to do readings in my office, I actually need to move my things up there, right? And I didn't do that yet, so we're here still for the moment. Anyway, while I was working on my office, I'm organizing and setting things up exactly where they need to be. I was listening to music, and one of the songs that came on, it's just a random shuffle, right, was Chapel Roan, Femininomenon. And that song, I was listening to it. If you don't know it, listen to it, read the lyrics or something, because this, to me, that part of the song where she's like, what does she say? She said, got so close, but then you lost it. And, oh, I don't remember. Maybe that's not the verse I'm thinking of. Anyway, she talks about how she's so sick of online love and she can't understand why can't any man la la la. But that's not the part I'm talking about. Anyway, it has to do with online love. And she says, basically, like, as soon as you said, let's get coffee, let's meet up, he disappeared. And I'm sorry, it's a mess, I know, because I can't think of the exact lyrics right now. But that part makes me laugh. And it reminds me of Neptune in Pisces, because Neptune in Pisces is like I said, it's like the dream within the dream. It's being like lost in the fantasy, right? There's no action. There's no grounding. So during Neptune in Pisces, there's like an encouragement for like where relationships are concerned, but anything, it doesn't matter. Like, it could be also like in a work context or you know, just motivation in general to achieve your dreams. It's like Neptune and Pisces kept it kind of like locked up in your head, right? It's like the fantasy of achieving this thing that you want so bad is preferred to actually going and achieving it. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. So my point is, now we have Aries in Neptune instead, or Neptune and Aries, rather. And Aries is about taking initiative. Aries is about doing the damn thing, right? It's excitement. It's new beginnings. It's being ready to start. And I'm obsessed with that. Like, I love that because, I mean, I would say one of my core values, one of my core pet peeves, I don't know how exactly to phrase it, but one thing I hate is someone who's all talk and no action, right? I mean, it's literally in the name of my business, of my channel, Tryforce. Trying involves doing, taking action. And that's really a big part of what my name is all about. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about Neptune and Aries really quick because it's a big deal. It's exciting. It's about taking action on the dream, right? It's not living in the dream anymore. We're taking action on the dream. We're making things happen for ourselves. Sorry, I'm a little congested and I can hear it. I just went outside to do some garbage things, literally get the garbage can and then put more garbage into it. And it's so windy. And like as soon as I got out there, I couldn't breathe because I have super bad allergies. Anyway, so that's Neptune and Aries. I'm excited about it. However, I mean, there's all sorts of other things like that we could talk about with Neptune and Aries. Of course, there's always negative possibilities with everything, right? Like there's a dark and a light, and I'm just focusing on that one little aspect. Though it's like we're being given the opportunity to take action on our dreams and to stop living in the fantasy of it, right? We're getting an opportunity to start something, whatever that might be for you, and this energy should help you want to do that and help you to do that. So we're going to get into it. Again, we're doing by the elements. Air signs, we're pulling 3 cards is my goal, but we'll see what comes out. 3 cards for April to see what's coming up for you. Let's get started. I might pull oracles at the end. I mean, I will pull oracles at the end, but I haven't decided exactly which oracles I am like committing to right now. I'm not quite sure. So we'll see. For the air signs, Spirit, can we get 3 cards for the air signs? Okay, let me chase that. Nine of Cups in reverse. Two more for the air signs, please. Oh, okay. Ace of Wands and the Hermit. Crazy. Well, we have the King of Pentacles. I think, man, I don't know. These are always difficult. Yeah, that's the King of Pentacles. Justice at the bottom of the deck. Okay, similar cards. I saw the Emperor. Similar cards to the fire signs. They had the Ace of Wands at the bottom of their deck, and they had the Hermit come out in their spread. So a Virgo could be important to some of you. I also saw the Emperor. More earth energy at the bottom of the deck. I am actually going to pull a at least one more card here. Can you give me one more card for the Hermit? What is this Hermit about? The Queen of Pentacles now, okay. The Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Whoop. I'll find that. The Seven of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck with the King of Wands. Well, I mean, immediately yeah. Immediately I was feeling like a sense of like a flash in the pan. With the Ace of Wands followed by the Hermit card here, and the Nine of Cups is in reverse. Okay, the Nine of Cups can be a card of like wish fulfillment, but it can also be about deciding like who to give to, like who to emotionally invest in. And then we have the Ace of Wands in the center, followed by the Hermit at the end. Once again, could be a Virgo because we do have the Queen of Pentacles coming out to clarify it. But, I mean, this is a Capricorn card for me. And then we have the Seven of Cups coming out in reverse. Okay, so as usual with you guys, I'm feeling a few different stories here, and I don't really know which way to go on this one, so I'm gonna put it this way. Some of you, unfortunately, I feel like could, I mean, this is supposed to be for April, okay, but maybe this is like a past energy coming up. So you decide. Some of you could be getting ghosted by someone, literally, okay? And it could have something to do with a lack of emotional investment, like too much focus on whatever the Ace of Wands represents for you. To me, this could be sex, passion, could be superficiality, you know, a little bit. So I don't want to blame anyone. I don't know who's to blame here, but I feel like there is a lack of emotional investment on the part of somebody here. Perhaps too much focus on fun, or like I said, superficiality, passion, sex, and then there's this Hermit card here, which, I mean, the Hermit doesn't normally hit me as a ghosting. I know some people can read it like that more often than others. I don't usually read the Hermit as a ghosting energy, but it could be, okay? And yeah, Seven of Cups in reverse. There's some confusion surrounding this situation regardless of what the situation is. With the Queen of Pentacles here, I think, okay, this could be talking about something that is completely unrelated to what I just said. Some of you could be losing an opportunity, I feel like, something you were really excited about or whatever. And I think this is going to be, it's going to tempt you to go into hermit mode, whatever that might look like for you. I mean, it could be anywhere from just pulling into yourself, pulling your energy away and being a little bit reclusive from, you know, something like that, to something way worse, like some sort of depression, illness, something like this. Okay. But what I want to say here is that this is an opportunity to clear your mind. This is an opportunity, Queen of Pentacles, to focus on what it is you value. And like, this is hitting me. For a lot of you, I feel like this is like a blessing in disguise. Okay? Like, this Nine of Cups here, like I said, I do feel like this is like a lack of emotional investment. And this might sound weird, but like, I feel like something was presented to you, or something came up in your life that was meant to inspire you, that was meant to be Wheel of Fortune, part of your path, like to push you forward, but it was never really meant to be like an option, right? It was like a facade is what I'm feeling. I don't know if this is making any sense, guys. But this is, I'm trying to explain what I'm feeling here. It's like something was a facade, or it will be. Okay, I don't know where we're at here on the timeline. My gut is to say that there's something from the past popping up, and we are still dealing with retrograde energy. Okay, we still are dealing with that Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, and we're going to be dealing with the shadow, I think, for all of April. Okay, so this could be something in the past that we're either having to deal with again, confront, like really confront it face to face, something like this, or it's just a lurking energy, right? There's a lesson here that we're still learning from, and it could be coming up again, so that we can finish this lesson, so that we can, I definitely feel that there's a turning point here that is relevant. Yes, King of Wands. It's time to take action now. Six of Wands. It's time to, the Lovers. See, it's time to like win in this situation, however you can, in whatever way that means, you know, that applies to you. It's time to like complete this lesson, I feel like. Okay, and like I said, I feel like it has something to do with an unrealized dream, a lack of emotional investment, either on your part or the part of someone else's. Okay, and with the Ace of Wands here, I feel like this is two messages. I feel like this is something like that got you really excited, that got you, you know, feeling differently about life. I feel things like this. But it was also meant to provoke you into action, and that action, I feel like, is like still in the works somehow, and I feel like it's happening now. So by the end of April, okay, I feel like this gets integrated. I think this gets integrated with the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups here. I feel like this is saying that you are gaining knowledge with the Hermit of what it is that's important, what it is that you value. And I feel like the answer to that, as I already talked about Neptune and Pisces, this is similar with the Seven of Cups here. It's in reverse, by the way. It's like, how do I explain this? It's like realizing that you have an intolerance for bullshit. You have an intolerance for fakeness, right? For the facade of it all. For people who future fake, for example. For people who brag and exaggerate. I feel like there's a person like that in the mix, okay? So I'm just going to go with that. But it's like, I feel like this is Neptune and Aries. It's like realizing that you want the real thing. You want real life opportunities, and that you now have an ability to discern with the Hermit card what is real and what is not. And that you have this like ability. I feel like you've had this ability, but I feel like you're realizing now that you have an ability to see what's real versus what's fake. Okay? And I guess I can kind of like, I'm trying to put myself in that energy so that I can better explain what's going on or what I think is going on. And it's like, I feel like there's a tendency sometimes to be afraid of things that are too good to be true, right? Like, so how are we supposed to know when we've got what we wanted, when sometimes getting exactly what we do not want, right? A liar, a fake, sometimes that feels the same, right? And it is hard to discern. It is hard to know. But I feel like you're gaining an understanding, you're gaining wisdom around that topic. And this could also have something to do with you and your own personal values. Right? Like, just what's important to you. I don't want to necessarily get too specific, but what it is that's important to you, what it is that you need in your life. And I just feel like this is talking about like not being confused about that, not being tempted by anything that isn't that. Does this make sense? I hope so. But yeah, I feel like you're winning. It might not feel like it, okay? It might not feel like it at first. But by the end of April, I feel like there's a victory here. I feel like there's something to celebrate here. Like you're gaining some wisdom and some knowledge that is going to serve you in making the right choices for yourself and making the right decisions for yourself. And that feels... I'm getting emotional about it. It feels really good, okay? That's what I have to say. We're going to pick from this deck again. For the air signs, please. What do we have for the air signs for April? One card of guidance, please. I cannot talk today. One card of... Oh. I don't want that one. Yeah, let's be more assertive. This okay. I love it. Let's be more assertive. We have two cards. Ooh, number 27. Justice is coming. Witch. The Witch card. I got this card like last week when I was reading for myself. And I have my Justice Matters mug. What's up, Libras? You're showing up in the reading, whether you like it or not. No one else showed up. Did they? No, we don't have any air here. Interesting. Except we have some Mercury, which is the Hermit. I did see Gemini. I got the Magician card when I was shuffling, but that was before I turned on the camera. All right, guys. Well, we have 38, the villain, and it says you can always rewrite the story. Yeah, I feel like that is relevant here. And 17, flower, be honest with yourself. All right, let's start with 17. I love this card. So pretty. So, be honest with yourself. We do ourselves a major disservice when we aren't truthful with ourselves. There's something you know to be true, yet you continue to ignore it. Lying to yourself may feel like the easiest thing to do, but things have changed. It's time for you to face reality, even if it makes you uncomfortable. No matter the outcome, it won't be nearly as bad as you think. Yeah, there's something to be said for that. I feel like for some of you, there's an element of that here. Of you, with the 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups energy, I'm feeling like, yeah, it's like some sort of mind game or trick or something that I feel like you potentially participated in, right? Like we do that. We let people tell us these tall tales, right? These bullshit stories, and sell us these fantasies. Like I said, that too good to be true stuff, right? And we buy into it instead of critically analyzing what they're saying. I do this all the time, you guys. I do this all the time. I'll just sit there and I'll listen and okay, yeah. And I don't ask questions, right? This is something very bad about me. I was actually talking to a girlfriend not that long ago. She's like laughing at me. And she thinks it's funny, like how, like, I just don't care about a lot of things when it comes to relationships. Like, if it happens, it happens. I don't care. And so she's like, was asking me a bunch of questions about something. And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, well, why didn't you ask? I'm like, I don't know. I don't care. Like, it'll eventually come out. I'll find out eventually. And I don't know. I just thought I'd share that because I feel like that might be relevant, right? Instead of just accepting what you're being told, buying into the facade that's being sold, ask the questions, right? Make sure you're not participating in your own manipulation by accepting things that aren't true. I don't know, guys. Okay, and then, yeah. Villain, you can always rewrite the story. A hard truth to swallow. Sometimes our villains win. However, that doesn't mean you should give up or lose all hope. It just means that it's time to rewrite the story and keep going. It can be incredibly freeing and empowering to reclaim yourself after a personal tragedy. Yes. The Hermit, the Queen of Pentacles, and the 7 of Cups in reverse. Reclaiming yourself. Personal tragedy, right? But learning from it. And yes, reclaiming yourself. 7 of Cups. Knowing what's real. Knowing who you are. Queen of Pentacles. All of that. I'm excited for you guys. I think it's going to turn out great, okay? Don't lose sight, because I feel like by the end of the month things are really good for you and you're empowered, right? And you've earned some sort of clarity and wisdom and Wheel of Fortune. This is just the cog in the wheel, right? As it's turning in your favor. Thank you guys so much. I will see you next time.